I hope you're all doing well. And I wanted to inform you all, I got vaccinated on Monday. I got max vaccinated. I was really, doubtful, and we went ahead and I got vaccinated, came back home, everything's going fine, worked all day, and then the arm was sore, it started paining. And it's just like, when you fill a bucket of water and you pick it up, that heaviness you feel when you're picking up a bucket of water is the same kind of happiness. And the next day it was a little bit uncomfortable, and I was having chills also. I was feeling a bit chilly, but resting after one day feels better. So if you haven't gotten vaccination done, I would encourage you all to go ahead and get vaccinated. Stay safe. All right, so we will begin. Firstly, we begin with the introduction. So it's going to be a different topic today. We've had different consultations regarding COVID themes, related to vaccination, related to myths about vaccination, questions about vaccinations. And then we had deaf people come on board and discuss their experience of vaccination, or if they've had COVID, or some people who've had COVID and vaccination both. But today we are going to be focusing on mental health. I know many of you have experienced, a loss of family member or a friend or a colleague you might be working with, or you might have lost your job. You've been stressed, financially stressed, communication challenges with family. So many things are happening. So we have this doctor. His name is Umesh Wadhavani. And before we begin, we have 3 questions in the poll. Okay, we need to mute everyone. I would request all of you, please keep your mics on mute so that the interpreter is clear, the voice is clear. Thank you. Firstly, let's begin with the poll. I think we have the first question. Have you been vaccinated, yes or no? Vaishali, can you bring up the poll, please? Okay, we can't. Okay, you can click. Great, great, great. I can see the poll.
Surbi, you're muted.
I can see that 63% people have not gotten vaccinated. The rest of you have. I hope, you 63% will get vaccinated shortly. The one thing after, the presentation, we have Mr. Anuj Jain, who will be explaining how to register online to get a slot. He will be presenting in sign language so that you can learn how to register your vaccination slot and you can get vaccinated. And second question, now during this COVID time, have you been stressed or depressed, or you felt any kind of sadness, something that has been bothering you, like anxiety or anything? Vaishali, second poll. Again, any stress or anxiety or sadness, anything that you've felt, communication issues, you can just click on it. You want me to repeat the question? Okay. You want the question to come again? Okay. Vaishali, is it possible to bring up the same question again, or? Okay, I'll just try and sign it again. Maybe you can answer. So 42% said that they have not experienced any sort of mental health issue, whereas 58% people have felt some. I'm sorry, it's the other way around. I'm so sorry, it's the other way around. 42% said yes, they have faced stress or sadness or stress or loss of family member, so confused feelings. Whereas 58% people said no, they've been feeling fine. Thank you. Third question, last question. Do you have stress? If you have stress or depression or communication issues, or what kind of things you're facing, you have to click on that. I'll just sign the question again. So you have to click that yes, I am feeling stressed or anxious or depressed. A lot of difficulty you're having in terms of stress, or just some bits of it, or no difficulty. Great. Answers. Answers. um, do we have the results? Is it possible to show the results? All right. Okay, great. So 9% said that they are having a lot of difficulty in terms of stress. 50% say that they have some difficulty. 41% people don't have any difficulty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. Now let's begin. To let you all know, and Dr. Umesh, to inform you as well, at times we will have to, sometimes people talk, so we'll have to mute everyone. So sometimes you will also get muted. You'll have to unmute yourself. And the second thing is, some of the questions from the audience can be repetitive. And so please bear with that also. Yeah, so the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Survey. Okay, so first of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Aleem, for putting this together, and my extended thank you to Surbi for helping me communicate with this beautiful bunch of people. Um
Okay.
And before we start the session, I have this little confession to make, that I haven't worked with deaf community before. So if I make any mistakes, I'm apologizing in advance. And it's like it's a bad on my part that I haven't worked, and I'm learning and I'm changing. So this will be my first attempt, and I'm really looking forward to interacting with you all and give you some simple and practical tips to help you with your mental health issues. Now, again, thank you, Alim, for doing those polls. It's really important for me to understand that what level of mental health difficulties everyone is going through. And I was about to request you the same, but then you did it, and thank you so much for that. So, uh, how is everyone doing? How are we all doing? How are we all doing? What Okay, awesome, amazing. See, that's the spirit, because life can be tough. Pandemic is trying to push us down, but we have gone through so much, right? We are fighters, and we will fight this thing as well. um, Let me assure you, this is not going to be a typical lecture on mental health. If you are expecting a doctor to talk to you about all the medical terms and teach you something about mental health, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bore you. This is Thursday evening. Today, Friends and everything, a lot of other shows and everything entertaining is being released, right? I don't want you to be bored in the evening, right? We will have fun. We'll have interactive session. Are we all cool with that? Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Okay, awesome. So you can interact with me using the emojis that we have on the Zoom. You can chat and show me that what you thought of that idea or not. And if you have any questions, you can always throw in the chat, which I'll be looking at at a later stage. Okay. So, Dr. Alim, am I allowed to share my screen?
Yeah, you should be able to share your screen.
Okay,
Vaishali, you can give the sharing rights.
awesome. All right. So, we will not be going through a lot of slides, but I want you to know that what we are talking about, and there will be one slide on top always. Okay. So this is our session flow. In today's session, this is all we are going to go through. Okay. Before we understand
Just a
how.
moment. Just a moment.
So,
Just a moment. Gotham here.
I,
A lot of people are using mobile,
so
so we'll only spotlight the interpreters. That's okay.
okay, that's fair. All right. So as I was saying, that before we get into the technicalities of how you can help yourself with mental health issues, we need to understand, right? What is mental health? Because this is a term that we all use very often. That mental health is important. Mental health shouldn't be a taboo. We should talk more about mental health. But what exactly mental health is? To explain that, what we'll do is we will try to compare it with physical health, because physical health is very common, right? We all get physical health issues like fever or headache or a body ache or sometimes vomiting, diarrhea, and stuff. Like we all are familiar, right? All these things. And the most common thing is fever. Like we all have had fever in our lives, right? Once or twice or sometimes, right? Is there anyone who doesn't have fever or didn't have fever ever? We all have had experienced fever, right? Now, if you think about it, fever is something that can happen in common cold. It is raining and you went outside and showered in a rain, and you come home and you may feel feverish. But now we are dealing with this pandemic and COVID, and you can get fever in COVID as well, right? Now, fever is very tiny. It's a symptom. It can happen in common cold, it can happen in COVID, both. But how do we find out whether we have cold or COVID? What we do is we go to a doctor and find it out. Okay. In the same way, if we compare it with the mental health, now, when we talk about mental health issues, can someone tell me, like in the chat box, what are the symptoms? Like what are the signals or the signs that that affect you? Like, overthinking is one of the things that you overthink about it. What are the other things like overthink, which are mental health symptoms? Can you tell me in the chat? So overthinking, I gave you one example. See, I told you we will be keeping it interactive, so I need you to interact with me. Awesome. So one, I said overthinking. Other would be like, let's say, difficulty in sleeping. Other would be getting irritated very quickly. Other could be feeling sad with no reason. Um, Anything else? Still waiting. If not, then I will go ahead with the symptoms. Okay, fair. Okay, ideas not yet. All right. So we just spoke about some physical symptoms like fever, headache, body ache, diarrhea, vomiting, and something along that line. We spoke about physics. In the same way, uh, there are symptoms in mental health as well, like overthinking. You can't sleep at night. You get irritated very easily. um, you you get sad for no reason. Then you eat. So when you are stressed, you eat a lot of sugary food. You feel tired, you feel fatigue, you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like talking to anyone. These all are symptoms of mental health conditions. So so just like when you have fever, when you have overthinking, it can be a symptom of some mental health condition. Okay, but if you have fever, you take kerosene or some sort of paracetamol right at home. You see if fever goes away. If it doesn't go away, then you go to a doctor. In the same way, uh, overthinking overthinking is a tiny thing. It can happen. It can happen because of certain, like, let's say, COVID is a condition that we all are going through, pandemic. And you can get into overthinking about pandemic, that when is it gonna go away. I want to do things which I used to before the pandemic. And you can get into the overthinking that what if the pandemic doesn't go away ever. You start getting worried about that. If it is happening on daily basis and if it is affecting your whole day, that's the point where the difference between mental health and mental illness. So so when all these other things, external things, do not affect you mentally, that means you are relatively healthy in mental. Okay, but all these things that we spoke about now, the pandemic is just one tiny thing. There are so many other things that can affect you mentally. It could be as Dr. Aleem started the session with, a lot of us have lost our friends and uh, a lot of our family members, right? When someone dies, you feel that way. When you break up with someone, it happens. When a friend goes away, when you can't see a friend for so long, these are the symptoms that can happen. But that if that symptom is happening over days, you should seek help. Okay, that's my third point, which we already discussed. As I said, I won't be going through the slides point to point, but these are the things that we will be covering. So we start with mental health versus mental illness. So if you don't get affected by external scenarios a lot on longer duration, you are mentally healthy. But if something is bothering you for days, you you are mentally ill. And when I say mentally ill, it's not a negative term. When you get feverish or common cold, you don't freak out, right? Even in physical condition, there are different ranges of condition, right? Common cold, COVID, and then extreme, if I was to talk about, then brain infection or something. It's extreme. Like, there's a spectrum. So when we talk about mental illness, especially in a country like India, when we talk about mental illness, elderly or a lot of people will be like, okay, pagal ho gaya hai. Like, he's gone mad. This is very common. You don't have to think that way. Even in mental health, there is a spectrum. You can have common cold equivalent of mental condition, and you can have extreme condition like clinical depression or schizophrenia or a bipolar condition, which is extreme. So when you have a one or two symptoms for a week or 10 days or 15 days, like, let's say you have anxiety, you get anxious about things, and that is happening for 2-3 weeks in a consecutive, right? So if that is happening for 3 weeks, you don't think that, okay, I'm gone mad and I have something very terrible happening in my life and it can't be cured. Or no, 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 no. You don't have to think. All you gotta do is you have to seek support and let the professional decide. But asking for support is really, really important. And when we did a poll, and 62% or 58% people said that they are okay, they didn't feel any mental health issue due to the pandemic. I'm sorry for being judgy, but I think not everyone is okay or comfortable talking about it, even when they are feeling mentally down. And I feel out of those 58%, maybe more than 20% are feeling mentally ill, but they are not ready to accept it. And being in denial is wrong as well. The whole point of conducting these sessions is to normalize mental health. It should be as okay as going to a doctor for sneezing. So sneezing is a tiny problem. If you are sneezing every night before going to bed, it's a problem, right? You'll go to a doctor and get a pill that, okay, doctor, I'm getting sneezing every night 10-12 times, give me something. The same way, if you're overthinking every night for 10 days, it's like sneezing. You don't have to worry about it. Go to a doctor and see whether it's tiny or big. That's the only way to find out. Google is not. Okay. So mental health versus mental illness. Now,
Surbhi,
uh,
sir.
Just
moving.
one quick
Yes,
switch
sir. Sure.
interpreter.
Sure. Hi, Survi. Hi, Manisha. Okay. So moving forward, before I move forward, are we enjoying the session? Are we having a good time? Am I going too fast? Am I using? Is it simple for everyone to understand? Because next point is, um, which I call Amar Akbar Anthony of mental health, because we have heard a lot about stress, anxiety, and depression, right? And I like to mix mental health session with humor, because it is very important, it is very serious, but at the same time we can't let it overpower our psyche. We cannot. We as humans are more than powerful to deal with physical and mental conditions both. So let's mix it up with some humor and talk about stress, anxiety, and depression. We all have heard these terms, right? Stress, anxiety, and depression. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll quickly create a timeline and talk about stress and depression, and then anxiety will lie somewhere in between or somewhere in both the spectrum. So stress, we all get stressed, right? One or the other reason. uh, I need to see some chats, yeah, going on. So we all get stressed. Now stress is something that your body finds as threat. So if you define stress now, stress is anything that your body finds as a threat, a khatra. It can be anything. It can be you going to see your girlfriend for the first time, you get stressed. It could be you going to perform a dance gig on a stage, you get stressed. It can be you are getting ready for an exam, stress. See, it's a threat. It's a threat for your body. Now, if you think about it logically, if you think about it logically, we all get stressed about things that have not happened. All right. So, as I was saying, um, we get, if you think logically, we all get stressed about things that have not happened yet. They are going to happen in future. Think about it. What is going to happen about my relationship? What is going to happen with pandemic? What is going to happen with my job? Will I get married or not? What's my dad's gonna say? What's my girlfriend or boyfriend's gonna say? It's everything in future. Nothing has happened yet. So let's say let's talk relationship. Yeah. you are in a relationship and you want to propose to your girlfriend or something like that, right? Now, it's a big thing and you want everything to be perfect. Okay, or you want to share something really important with your husband. Okay, and you are feeling stressed about it, and you have planned that you will tell your husband that thing tomorrow afternoon. In this very moment you are feeling stressed about it. From this moment to next afternoon there are 13-16 hours. What is the point of being stressed right now? In this very moment life is good, your husband doesn't know what you are about to tell him, but you are getting stressed. So what the point I'm trying to make is, it's your thoughts that are making you feel stressed. It's your body preparing for that threat, and that's why you're feeling stressed. Okay, and I will come to the solutions in a bit, but just understand that stress is something that your body perceives as a threat, and threat can be anything. We spoke about the examples. Now coming to depression, the opposite spectrum. Now depression in comparison with stress is something that has already happened in past. Okay, you lost your job, someone died in your family, you lost a friend, you had a breakup, uh, everything in past, everything has happened, and you feel sad and depressed because of that. Are you with me on that? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Stress, nothing has happened, it is going to happen in future. Depression, everything has happened in past, we are grieving the memory of that incident. Okay, now timeline. Where does the anxiety lie? Anxiety can happen in stress, it can happen in depression. So let's say you are sad or depressed about a thing that has happened. Let's say someone has died, or you broke up. Now you broke up and it has been a few months, and you came across her profile on social media. Now you're thinking about it, and you saw that that girl is getting married, maybe. Okay, it's a hypothetical scenario. I'm sorry if it fits in with someone else's scenario, but even if it does, you will find the solution to deal with it. Okay, so you broke up, you're on social media, it has been 6 months, now you see your ex-girlfriend is getting married to someone. Now it will throw you in a drive to a memory lane in past. You will think about all the times that you spent with that person, and now you are feeling sad about it. Okay, and that can lead to overthinking, that can lead to symptoms like you going out of breath, you going palpitation, your heartbeats are going fast, you may start sweating. Okay, these are the symptoms of an anxiety attack. Okay, so this is a simple difference between stress, something that is going to happen in future, depression, past, anxiety, both the scenarios. Are we okay with that? And now we will come to the solutions, because if we don't understand these simple concepts, the problem, we can't understand the solutions in a better way. Okay, so we will talk about the solutions in literally 5 minutes. In literally 5 minutes, because for next 5 minutes I need to explain. Yes, Santosh, what we'll do is we'll take the Q&A questions towards the end in last 15 minutes, if that's okay. uh, I have to explain one thing about depression. Now, when we talk about mental health, now there are mainly two reasons why mental health issues can happen. First is external reasons, all the lifestyle situations that we spoke about: someone's death, job loss, financial issues, health issues, and everything, all the external, everything outside your body. Okay, and the second thing is internal. So if you have certain chemical imbalances in your body, that can lead to mental health issues as well. Okay, so uh, there could be someone whose outside life is completely okay, finance is okay, otherwise life is okay, but if you have some chemical issues, some hormones are up or down, that could lead to some mental health issues. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that is because my forte is combining mental health with nutrition, and I'm talking about it not only because of I work in nutrition. It's because of the scientific fact that nutrition provides the raw material for those chemicals which are managing your mental health. I'll give you some names. You don't have to remember the names. Serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine. These are the hormones they manage. They manage your mental well-being. Okay. And the most important hormone is serotonin. Serotonin gets released from your intestine, your digestive system. So if you don't eat right, and if your digestive system is not healthy, your serotonin will not be produced right, then even your external conditions are okay. You can suffer from anxiety, depression, and stress. So the first and okay, the first and foremost solution would be to fix your nutrition, and in that very specific, your proteins and fats. Now we are already talking about the solutions. Yeah, we are already talking about the solutions. The first and foremost solution is you have to fix the nutrition. Fix the nutrition. I will repeat, fix the nutrition, because not a lot of people take this seriously. You have to understand the basic funda, right? If I wanted to build this bottle, okay, if I want to build this bottle, I need plastic as a raw material to build this bottle, right? It's a logical thing. So the hormones that are keeping your mental well-being intact, they need some raw material, and that raw material will come from uh, proteins and fats that you eat. Are we okay with that? Now, you don't have to worry about it, because as soon as the session ends now, I will send the list of healthy proteins and healthy fats to Dr. Alim, which he will be sending it to you all. I hope there was a registration form and stuff, but you can get your list of proteins and fats from Dr. Alim. I can send it to him, or we can arrange something that you can message me on social media and I can send it to you there. But we will arrange that for you for sure. Are we cool with that? But you have to promise me that you will print that out, or you'll put it on your phone, and you will make sure that you are consuming those things on daily basis. Okay. So we have to. Okay. Now, we will be going on Q&A in like 2 3 or maximum of 5 minutes. Okay. The other couple of quick tips that I wanted to give you was, first is a universal tip. If you learn this now, your life will change. I'm telling you, I promise you that. The first step is meditation. Yes, Vignesh, we are coming there. Exercise is my second idea, but first and foremost thing is meditation. Have you all heard of meditation? Meditation is something that, um, see, we spoke about stress and depression, right? Now, stress is in future, depression is in past. So if there was something which can bring your attention back to present, that can make you feel better in present, right? Because stress is in future, depression is in his past. So if you can bring your attention back to present, that can help you, right? Meditation does exactly that. Meditation practice will make you or help you bring your attention back to present, so you won't be worried about future, and you won't get stressed or depressed about the past. Start practicing that. Two, as Vignesh was saying, you have to start working out. And when I say workout, don't worry about doing all the fancy workouts that fitness influencers do on social media. You know, the big gyms and big muscles and everything. No, you don't have to. If you can do it, if you like it, do it. Not bad. But I think a lot of people don't do workout because they have unrealistic expectation from exercising. Exercising means you move your body for half an hour to 45 minutes a day, doing anything. Walk, run, jog, dance, Zumba, yoga. If you have a pet, go for a walk with a pet. If you have kids, play with your kids. Do something that involves physical activity for half an hour to 45 minutes. Find your own mojo. Okay. And third and last tip, oh yes, do garba dancing, love it. As I said, do something that is your mojo. And third tip is along the same line, which will be extremely helpful if you start implementing it from tomorrow. Do something that you enjoy doing every day for half an hour to 45 minutes. And you don't have to be good at it. So if you like painting, paint. You don't have to show it to everyone. If you like writing, write. If you like watching something, watch. If you like reading, read. But do something that you enjoy doing every day, every day, and that's only for you. You can do it in solace, like shut your room door and do it on your own. If you want to learn Hrithik Roshan dance steps, do that. You don't have to tell anyone. Okay, these are the three main tips. So let's get to the Q&A. Let's get to the Q&A. I'll be doing my closing statement towards the end, but let's get to some questions. First question, I think I saw, after heart surgery, allow it able to walk. Yes, walking is fine. Okay, how do we do the Q&A? Yes.
Can we turn off the PPT?
Yes.
Okay, better. So can we spotlight Dr. Alim, Dr. Umesh, and Manisha? Yes. Gautam Singh already done. Okay, great. So thank you so much, Dr. Umesh, for the presentation. So I have one question for you. You said that it's important to have a meditation, right? To do meditation. So how, if a person is a beginner and are not experienced one, so how they can start? For 5 minutes they can do, or for 10 minutes, what would you suggest?
Sure. So when it comes to meditation, now I think we are still following the old school way. So agree. Let me know if you agree with me. When you think of meditation, do you see this image? A bald guy sitting in a corner of a room, wearing an orange cloth, closed eyes, or sitting on a mountain or something. Do you get that image? Yeah. And have you tried meditating and you felt like it's boring and I want to sleep, or you feel sleepy? Yeah. Okay. So the reason behind that is, so people who have tried meditation and have been practicing it, they will not agree because they have done it, right? But for beginners or people who are from this generation, right, the millennials or Gen Z, they will be like, I cannot sit in a room for 15-20 minutes, close my eyes and do meditation. I will just go nuts. Okay. So that's a very, very common thing. Now the problem is that we haven't defined meditation. We have already always tried to copy someone, that okay, all the YouTube videos and stuff, and we are trying to copy someone. How about we learn what is meditation? And it will be, I guarantee you, I will make meditation so much fun for you that you will start doing it from tomorrow, and you will send me virtual kisses in 10-15 days. Okay, because that will work. That will work. All right, so let's learn quickly. I'll take only 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Meditation means, uh, okay, when we talk about walking, the simple meaning of walking is using your legs and going from one place to the other, right? That's walking. In the same way, meditation means bringing your attention to present, yeah, using at least a couple of senses of yours non-judgmentally. Okay, if you understand these three things, you know how to meditate. And after that, you can meditate doing anything. So I am meditating at this very moment because my visual sense is active, and I know where my pacha is touching the bed. Okay, so my touch and my vision is active. I know how my room is smelling like. Okay? And these are the senses which are making me present in this very moment. Fair? Now, the second part is where the non-judgmental part comes in. Now, whenever you will try meditating now, you will notice that there are so many thoughts coming in your mind, and that will distract you. They will like, okay, I can't focus on present. Okay. That's where a little imagination will come in right here, right here. Okay. Do you like long drives? Do we like long? Let's go on an imaginary long drive. Okay. Right here, right now. Let's go on. Like, grab your BMWs and Mercedes and Ferraris. Are we ready? Or ask your driver to do the same. All right. So we are ready. We are going on a long drive from Bombay to Goa. We are on the highway. Um, the car is running, and uh, we find some sort of obstruction in the car, and we see some smoke coming out of from the engine. So what we do is we park our car on the side to check what is wrong in the bonnet. So we checked, and now the car is it's a smoke coming out. So what you do is you try to message your friend and saying, okay, my car is broken down, send someone to fix it. Now the garage guy is going to come in hour and a half. So you have 90 minutes to do nothing. All you are going to do is sit there and watch the cars, because it's a busy highway. 3 lanes here, 3 lanes opposite. So many cars going, coming, going, coming, going, coming, right? You cannot run behind a car, even if you like a car there. Even if Virat Kohli was going with his BMW R8, you are not running behind that car, right? You are just sitting there and observing the cars. That is what exactly you are doing when you are meditating. So let's say you decided to meditate tomorrow while reading a book, or cooking a breakfast, or brushing your teeth for that matter. Okay, 10 minutes you brush your teeth and you are meditating. Now you can smell your toothpaste, and you can feel the touch of the toothpaste. Now 2 senses are active. Good enough. Good enough. Now your thoughts are coming in. What you do is you just observe your thoughts like cars. You cannot do anything about the thoughts. You don't have to judge your thoughts. The problem happens when we start judging. Okay, why am I thinking about her? Why am I thinking about pandemic? Why? When you start judging your thoughts, that's where problems start. All you are doing is you're just observing the thoughts. Okay. Okay, it's a thought about pandemic, but I can't do anything about it. Let's focus on my. Okay, it's about my ex-girlfriend, but I can't do anything about my past. Let's focus on my brushing. That is what meditation is. Now you can do meditation at any time. Choose your activity, focus on your senses, be non-judgmental about it. Start practicing it, and I'm telling you, this has changed my life when I learned this 8 years back, and I have helped more than 10,000 people with the same thing over 8 years. So try this out. I know I went a bit longer, Alim, uh, but I hope this was helpful. Let's go for the next question.
Thank you for
Pleasure.
explaining, and also giving the example of, like, for example, if you're taking a bath of 15 minutes, you can definitely meditate at that time. That's a good thought. Yeah, great. Now we are ready for questions. If there are any, we are ready for people to come in.
I think Naeem wants to ask something.
Sorry.
I think some people are raising hands.
Yeah. Gautam will pick people and they will join. They will be spotlighted. Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Two things. During when the pandemic didn't hit us, we were going out and we were feeling pretty relaxed that way. But when the pandemic hit us, we were all feeling very pressurized and staying at home. Even sleeping became an issue, and mind was feeling very heavy. I'm unable to sleep like till 2 a.m. in the night, and because we're staying home, it's getting difficult and difficult. One, if you could provide any solution to that. You're on mute.
Yeah. So if I understand the question right, thank you, Vishnu, for the question. You want some tips for a better sleep. and what to do for the messed up sleep schedule, right? Now, first of all, I want to assure you that it's okay. It's okay if your sleep pattern is messed up. Allow your body to deal with the change. Okay, because this is a very common effect of pandemic. We are not living in a normal or ideal world at this very moment. We all are stressed, and we don't have a work schedule, or we don't have a schedule otherwise. So the reason why we used to sleep better and sleep on time before, it was because we had a schedule. Now we don't. Now most of us are working from home. We don't have a timeline. We can log into Zoom at our wish. We can email our client at our wish. So there is no pattern, there is no schedule. So first of all, I want you to allow yourself that it's okay to have that. Now talk about solution. If you don't acknowledge that now, it will be really difficult for you to find a solution. Now the solution would be, forget about waking up early or sleeping early. That is an old school thought. Sleep should be regular, not early or late. Early or late is your personal choice. Okay, but if you are sleeping at, let's say, 2 o'clock in the midnight, I would suggest try to go to bed at 2 o'clock in midnight every night. You don't have to necessarily sleep at 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. The ideal is a regular sleep cycle, 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. Now, if you find it difficult to go to bed, there are certain things which will help you. The one is chamomile tea. Now, chamomile tea is a stress relaxant, your stress manager. So you can try chamomile tea. One, two, stop using your phone at least 90 minutes before your sleep time. So let's say if you want to sleep at 12 o'clock, 10:30, keep your phone aside. So what happens is, when you're looking at the phone, the rays that are coming from the phone, they are hitting your eye spot, which releases the melatonin, the chemical that helps you sleep. So they are obstructing that chemical, so melatonin will not be released and you won't be able to sleep. And that is the reason why a lot of us are finding difficult to sleep. And even when we are sleeping, so you closing your eyes and not aware about the world, it doesn't mean sleep. You have to have a proper deep sleep, where we are going through all the sleep cycles. And because of excess of mobile phone use, we all are not sleeping well. Okay. So the ideal would be, turn your room into a dark, like switch off all the lights and keep your phone away. It should be in a different room. Put it on charge in a different room. And if you yeah, I think that is it. Keep the phone, and I think that should help.
Dr. Alim is saying that's very, very hard to do.
Which one is sorry?
Yeah, I was just saying that, keeping your phone aside is quite hard. Everyone's so used to sleeping with the phone
I know.
and
Aline,
keeping it in the other room.
we have to do a session on social media addiction. Okay, we can find. I do that very regularly, so we can do for our community as well. But social media addiction is real. Uh, a simple tip would be, replace phone with something else. It could be a book. It could be a skill, doing something. Try. At least, like, if you can attempt to do once a week. So in 7 days, if you can remove your phone for 1 day a week to start with, it's an achievement. You can build up to it. All right, let's go to the next one. I hope you all are having fun still.
We can do, 1 day phone off challenge.
100%.
Yeah, great.
I was saying, I hope you all are having a good time so far.
Yes. I hope so. Yes, we can see you. Great. So, when I'm staying home and I'm feeling, I want to go out, to feel at peace. But because of this COVID situation, we're feeling really bored at home. And sometimes, just sitting in the car and just roaming around here and there, the feel of the monsoon is so peaceful. But, I have a child who keeps getting sick, so I have to take care of him. So yeah, how do I find peace?
Okay. Thank you so much, Kavya, for this question. And I relate with you. Honestly, it it has been year and a half, and you can't go outside the house. And I went outside the house for like 2 days, and I got COVID, and I was down for 3 weeks, and it's so sad. And, and so Kavya, the thing is, we have to make the most out of the situation. So whatever we do when we go out, we have to make most out of what we can do at home, right? So let's say if you were to go out to see your friends, uh, make sure you schedule a Zoom session with your friends. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Make sure you do a Zoom session with your friends once a week. It's scheduled, okay? If you like going out for a walk or something, you can still do it early morning when it is relatively safe. Okay, but what we gotta do is we gotta make most out of the situation too. You have to start doing things that gives you joy.
Yeah, she wants to add a question.
Sure.
I want to add here, like, sleeping late or anything. Okay, yeah, waking up early would help. Okay, you said, that if you could wake up early, and but if I'm waking up late and, I am doing the household chores, but still I want to just have some good time, if you could tell me that.
Yeah, see, Kavya, good time will be very personal to you now. That's where I said find something that gives you joy. One thing is out of the picture that we cannot go out at the moment. It's out of the picture. We Yeah. So you find something that gives you joy. Now, other tip that is universal for everyone is, because of the lockdown, there are so many people offering so many online skill based courses, and a lot of us are doing it for free. Okay, so you find some sources online, like a skill that you ever wanted to learn, you know, a skill that you wanted to learn. Try exploring. If you can learn that skill right now, it's a time for you all. We all have a lot of time. A lot of time we say that, oh, I can't exercise because I don't have time. But now you have time to exercise. You learn exercising. If you want to learn dancing, do that. A lot of people are doing it. So do that.
Right, right.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
So
Hi. Okay, your internet's a bit shaky. Yeah, it's fine now.
okay.
So my cousin,
Mhm.
he got vaccinated. Can he? I'm sorry, your internet's very shaky. Your internet's very shaky right now. Are you talking about your cousin's vaccination? He has done his vaccination. Then can he eat? Can he eat meat after getting vaccinated?
Oh
Is that
yes,
allowed? Yes, that's allowed. Dr. Alam says that's allowed.
yes, it is completely fine.
Okay, someone in our neighborhood was selling that you can't have meat.
No, it's see. let me explain the funda behind it. Okay, so when we are taking vaccination, what you are doing is you are adding very weaker strength of COVID in your body, with the purpose that our body creates antibodies to fight against COVID infection. Okay, now when we talk about antibodies are nothing but proteins. Okay, meat is the richest source of protein. So you are getting vaccination to produce antibodies. Antibodies ka raw material is meat. So chicken, fish, mutton, eggs are really good. You should consume it.
Okay. Second question. Okay, after vaccination, I was getting these symptoms like, cough and cold. Okay, your internet's a bit shaky. So after the vaccination, the fever, and the cough, etc. comes. So can we take a tablet?
You should.
Yeah, I just want to ask that.
Yes, you should. In fact, the healthcare professionals there who are vaccinating you, they would advise you or give you the tablets with it, paracetamol and anti-cold with it, because
Dolo,
these are very common symptoms.
Dolo. Dr. Al mentions Dolo.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Third question. Okay, I think my internet's a bit shaky. Just hold on for a minute. Manisha, can you take over? I think my internet's gone.
Yeah. So the third question, my mother got vaccinated. Later on, so she has asthma. She has asthma, so she's using pump also. So can she? Okay, she got vaccinated. After, can she use that pump if she's facing breathing issues?
Yes, because pump is because of the symptom. So it is symptomatic, right? So if she finds it difficult to breathe, of course she should be in touch with the doctor that she was in touch with or who has prescribed the pump. But pump is okay because it's symptomatic. It is for that symptom of difficulty of breathing.
Okay. Thank you, Ashraf. Thank you, Dr. Umesh.
Yes, sir.
So Dr. Adam saying that I would like to inform you, if you have questions related to mental health, that would be better. The question related to the mental health in this COVID situation, you can ask that question to the doctor.
I was
Okay.
going to say the same.
So yeah, fine. Yeah, Abhishek is saying, can you see me? Yes, we can see you. You can start your question. Yes, you can begin your question. Dr. Alim Singh, yes, he's saying. Dr. Alim Singh, do you have a question? He's saying, yes, I do have a question. So, saying earlier in summer times, I got COVID, then I recovered from it. So, but later on, I do feel a weakness and I couldn't sleep well. I took medicines also, and but right now I'm thinking whether I should go for the vaccination or not. I'm still confused. I got the SMS that yeah, he got vaccinated for it. Sorry, he got the vaccination. Okay, so he's saying whether he can make a physical relation with his wife or not. Is it okay?
Oh,
And
yes.
they are planning for a family.
So he just had vaccination, did he say?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can. It's completely safe. It's fine.
yes. Dr. I'm saying it's safe. Okay, great. Thank you. Hello, Kiran. Hello, Dr. Umesh and the interpreter, Dr. Alim. So I have one question. I've been going office on the daily basis. So do you think, okay, so till now I haven't been infected with COVID, but I do have a fear that I'm going on office on the daily basis. I feel like that, yeah, I might be infected with COVID, and I'm taking precautions with mask and sanitizers and all. So what you would suggest in this thing if I'm going office on the daily basis? But second thing, I'm having proper diet, but still I'm facing some gas issues in stomach, and sometimes I do feel health issues. And third thing, I've been trying to communicate with the doctor, but I'm facing some issues. Doctor is living far away, and is it okay if a doctor would? I'm asking from a rural area, that would be fine, or I should ask from a urban area. And so my husband, he lives in Delhi, and if he coming to my place, can we have a sexual relation? Will it be okay? So Dr. Alim saying, Dr. Umesh, okay, he can answer to all your questions. The last question would be the same. The last person asked this question, right? They are saying that they are living separately, and then whenever they come together, if you both have vaccinated, it's okay to have a relationship. But yeah, if it's more, if you are not vaccinated, so it's better to keep a distance, so because you are living at a far place. So you're saying, after, if we have lived for 4 days and later on if we can have the relation, so you're saying no, we haven't vaccinated yet. So Dr. Alim saying, if you're coming together and meeting to each other, so you have to be, when you have taken all the precautions, then it's okay, you can have the relation. But better, I would suggest that you should go for the vaccination first, because you are going for the you're going office on the daily basis. So she's saying, I'm not getting the appointment. It's tough. Dr. Ansing, I know that, yeah, people are not getting the spot for it. So in June, maybe we'll have more vaccination doses, and we will have the more options. So at that time, maybe you will get the option and the spot to get the vaccination. Okay. Yeah. So for the other questions, Dr. Umesh will answer.
Okay, so Kiran, I would like to know what sort of gastric issues do you have at the moment?
Just can we have Kiran back again? Yeah, Shafiq is saying they just got removed. Okay, you can go ahead with your answer. They will see. They will have a look.
All right. So you had like two-fold question when it came to the nutrition. First was what you can do to kind of as a precautionary measure for COVID, and second was something to do with gastric issue. Now, gastric issue, I need to know what sort of gastric issue you have, and then only I can recommend something. But when it comes to COVID, now when it comes to COVID, one thing becomes really important. Actually, two. Uh, First is we already spoke about is the proteins, because your antibodies are made from the protein, so you have to consume enough proteins every day. And when I say enough, uh, it has to be very personalized for everyone. So to find out how much protein you need, it's very simple. You're going to find out how much you weigh. Okay, you are 60 kg, 70 kg, whatever. You have to find out how much your weight is, and then you have to consume 1.2 grams to 1.5 grams per kg of your body weight protein. So let's say you are what 60 kg in weight. The 1.5 would be 90 grams. So you should be consuming at least 90 grams of protein every day. How are you going to know where to get the proteins from? I'll be sending you the sheet which will have a name of the protein source, and then how much protein you get from that item per 100 gram of it. Okay, so you start doing that. That's a very, very, very important thing. The reason why I put more emphasis on it, because Indian diets, as culture, we are deficient in protein, and a lot of researches have been done, because they are showing that because of the lack of proteins in our diet, we are the diabetes capital of world. We have the largest amount of diabetes patients. We have the largest amount of cholesterol and PCOS patients. So all these conditions are happening because of protein deficiency, and currently we are fighting a pandemic. Our immunity needs the right amount of protein. So first thing will be that. Two, hydration. You should be consuming 3 to 5 liters of water every day without fail. Okay, So these are the two main things. There are so many others, but then again, doc, I have a whole nutrition guideline tips, like a two-pager sheet for all the new COVID related nutrition tips. So if you want, I can send that PDF to you, which you can share it across. Okay.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, next question. Yes, Shafiq. Hello. Hello, Dr. Umesh.
Hi.
Hello, Dr. Alim. So I would like to ask you a personal question. Like to put. So there are deaf people, or who might be got infected with COVID as well, but they are having a hearing family members in their family, and hearing people they can easily communicate with other people and on calling, right? But deaf people they feel isolated at their home because they can't communicate with other people. While this situation was better earlier, they can meet with other deaf people and have a get together. But it's been a year, right? And they are feeling oppressed and it's suppressed like at home. So, what suggestion would you like to give them? How they can be able to communicate at their home, and what the thing you would like to suggest so that they can be at peace at their home while they feel isolated and they have communication barriers. So that could be the solution for all the deaf community members. So Dr. Adim, you mean that on the website you're saying that he should inform the tips on their website in an accessible manner? Yes, he's saying yes, if he can upload it on his website.
Can do. Awesome. Okay, so coming to Shafiq's question, so not being able to communicate your what you want to communicate with people, it can get really, really, irritating and frustrating at the same time. And I completely understand, and I can only imagine being in your shoe. But what we can do is, look, as I was, I think, communicating with Kavya a while ago, we gotta make the most out of the situation. Okay. Now, when we talk about feeling good, right? Feeling good, the feeling peace, it happens because of certain hormones. Okay. So when you do something which is rewarding, there is a chemical in your brain release called dopamine that makes you feel good. Then
Wh- what's the
when
chemical?
you
Can you say it once again?
dopamine, DOPAMIN, dopamine. Okay. Dopamine releases and you feel good. That's one. Two, when you spend time with someone whom you love, it could be your parents, it could be your siblings, it could be someone who a friend, that's where a hormone gets released called oxytocin that makes you feel good. Okay. Then there is this hormone called serotonin that gets released anytime and every time when you work out or eat healthy food. Okay. So when anything that involves human beings apart from us, the other people, that's where the things get very complicated. We can't control others' behavior. If someone is not incorporating you in their group, or they're not communicating with you a lot, you can't do much about it. But what you can do is you can do other things which can release those hormones. Okay. So as we spoke about doing things which are rewarding in nature, and they will release dopamine in your brain, and they will make you feel good. If you learn a new skill, that is going to reward you, and that will validate a lot, that will give you a huge validation, and that will put you at peace. Okay. But then you have to be like you have to schedule those things on daily basis. What happens is, when we talk about changes now, we just talk, we say, okay, I will exercise from tomorrow, or I will meditate from tomorrow. But I genuinely want all of you to schedule a meditation time in your diary tomorrow. So let's say if you have a job and your shift is from 9 to 6, you will get ready at 9 o'clock and be at work, right? Or be it in front of your screen. In the same way, I want you to schedule your meditation. I want you to schedule your painting class. I want you to schedule your Netflix show. I want you to schedule whatever you want to do from tomorrow. It has to be there. It cannot be just in the air that, okay, yes, I will do it. No, you will do it only if it is there, only if you take accountability. Okay. Start doing that. Make a list of things that you think can be rewarding for you, and you can always make attempts to find someone on social media, make new friends, go on dating apps and try to make new friends, see online communities and seek other friends. You can always attempt that. But as I said, things that involve other people, we have very less control on. And I just want to be in touch with reality. I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Thank you, doctor.
Manisha, there is this question about thyroid. Um, Shankar has messaged me directly. I think so. I think someone. Yeah, I have thyroid. Can I take vaccines? Now, see, I'll be really honest here. Vaccination, I have very limited knowledge around. I have, but very basic. So I would suggest to when it comes to vaccination and some complicated conditions like thyroid or other conditions, I would suggest if you speak to a professional who deals with vaccination more. I don't want to give you some suggestion where I'm not 100% sure about.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Neha. Okay. So, I've been reading on the news that people might be facing some issues, the depression and anxiety. But when some people, they are not facing any issue, but still they can't do such things, reading and writing. What would you like to suggest?
I mean, so I didn't get the question, Manisha. Can you please? I mean, I
Yeah.
heard
When
yeah, go on, go on.
you were saying, Dr. Ansing, you were saying reading and writing, what you have said? Yeah. You think reading and writing would help us to get the innovative ideas, right? So, but I can't read. So, so people are saying when you are depressed, you should read. It would help you, but I can't read much.
See,
Dr. Ansing, yes, I'm clear.
okay,
And
thank
she
you,
wants to that, and she's
thank you.
not in depression, so she's not able. Anyway, she's not feeling like reading.
Okay, so she's not depression or under depression, or she's not going through mental health issue at the same time.
Yeah, she is not feeling depressed and she's not stressed out also, but she can't read. She,
That's okay. I mean, I became doctor and it took me like 6 years to finish medicine, right? Now I can't read for to save my life. If someone was to put a gun on my head and would like read a book, I'll be like, no. So it's completely okay. You have to find your own mojo.
but how I can get the innovative ideas if I won't read
See,
books.
content consumption has different ways. So, video
I think
or
so. Right.
yeah, sorry, go on.
So, hello. My sister, she would like to ask, like, sometimes people, if they are sad and they are in a depression and they do not feel confident, and so they read books, right? People say that, yeah, reading books will help you a lot. But she tried a lot to read the book, but she can't do it. And second thing, if we are not feeling stressed out or not depressed, still we are not able to read the books because it's not in our habit, right? So, but sometimes people do say that, yeah, reading books do help you. So how I mean, it's our problem. We can't read it and not able to.
It's not. Alim wants to say something.
So we Okay. So, Dr. Ansing, while growing up at my home, my parents told me that, yeah, you should read newspaper. It's mandatory. You have to read for 15 minutes or to 30 minutes on the daily basis. And I was like, I've been fed up. And they were like, no, you have to read it on the daily basis. It's like from the childhood, I had a different, to get the information, I would get it from the Instagram through the visuals
Hmm.
and through the pictures, right? So I get the information more easily from that way. So it's not mandatory you have to read the books. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can have maybe it's not fit for you. So maybe you don't like much reading. So maybe you can have the posters and magazines and you can go on the social media. It's not mandatory to read books. Okay. Would you like to add, Dr. Umesh?
No, I completely agree with Alim. Completely agree. If it is not your thing, it is not your thing. It's completely fine.
Yeah, Bhavna, you were saying something. Yeah, okay, I understand that it's not mandatory to read the books, but some people say if you want to have innovative ideas, if you want to be confident, and you should read, right? You should read the books for the updates, for more information. So I was not getting it. I could have my own innovative ideas, but I feel pressurized when people say that you have to read books. So, I mean, how we can answer that? So, Dr. Alim Singh, yeah, here there are, I mean, a lot of people say that if you're feeling sad, you have to read the books, but it's not accessible for the deaf people because deaf people are missing on their education, right? So, you're growing up without having a good education system. So, here in India, you can have the media, right? And you can see the news in ISL. Look at that. You have the ISL translation. Same thing would be available over there. You can have the updates and the information. On the Instagram, there are people doing the live interviews. You can look at that and you can have the update. It's not mandatory. You have to go as per the society, what other people will say. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Dr. Adam. Just a second. Yeah.
Okay, your question. All right, thank you. Thank you, doctor, for your presentation. I have this question.
Sure.
I did not get COVID, but I got vaccinated, and my brother also got vaccinated. But after vaccination, I was having a headache, and body was feeling a bit weak. And but however, my brother didn't get any symptoms. How is the two different? How was the how was the symptoms different for the both of us? Why did I get a headache and he didn't get it? So yeah.
Okay. So it's not a necessarily a worrying thing. Your body's immune system is reacting in a different way. Okay. So if you got symptoms, that's okay too. If someone doesn't get a symptom, it's okay. It's completely fine. Your body's immune systems are reacting in a different way. So you don't have to overthink or overanalyze that. It's completely fine.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. I think let's just take one last question related. One last question.
Wow. What's the time? Oh wow. 8:48. Didn't realize. It was wow.
Yes. I think you're meditating while you're
I'm
presenting today.
just yeah.
Namaste. Thank you. I'm from Dehradun. And uh, okay.
Warm water in the
Should
morning.
we have boiled water? Is it important to drink boiled water every day? That keeps the germs away? Or every day morning we have to wake up like drink boiled water?
Okay. Uh, so the priority is drinking enough water. So you should be consuming 3 to 5 liters of water. That's the first priority. Okay. The second would be if you can drink it lukewarm, amazing. But if you are drinking only 1 liter and drinking it lukewarm, it's not beneficial. We need to first tick the 3 to 5 liter wala box, and then make sure you try if you can have it lukewarm. But even if you were to just start your day with lukewarm water and have cold water through, or like the matke ka pani, the pot water throughout the day, it's fine. Try avoiding fridge water if you can.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you. I think it's good. I mean, Dr. Umesh, I have sent you a question which I got on the personal window. If you could read it and answer that.
Okay. Okay. So, so the question is, how should children get adrenaline rush at home, which they used to get in playing with their peers? Now, the answer will be something along the same lines of doing what we can best at home. Now, a lot of us, what we are doing is we are playing different home games, indoor games like caroms or what we call Ludo or chess and everything. So the one thing which we need to do is we have to still incorporate games which are using our intellect, not just the phone based games. Okay, because now what's happening is because of the online games or the phone games, a lot of kids are getting addicted to that, and there that is where what's happening is that their brains are getting dopamine sensitive. They are releasing dopamine so much their brain is just their normal dopamine reward mechanism is getting messed up. So if your kids are on their phones and playing a lot of online games, that should be avoided. That's the first thing. The second should be they are, if they are incorporated in the board games that we just spoke about, which are still using their intellect, it's good because that can lead to adrenaline rush too. But then we can find some games which can be played in the backyard of our house or within the house itself, which are involving some sort of physical activity. But the answer will be something along the same line that we have to make most out of it because the third wave is coming, and third wave is said that it is going to affect the kids more. So going out is out of the question. We have to make most out of what we can, and indoor games which are using their intellect, which will be the best option. Some things which we need not to do is not letting them be on their phones for longer. So there has to be a schedule, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, or something along that line. There has to be a strict schedule for the kids on the phone.
No, thank you. Thank you. I think it's time, and I know you wanted to wrap up. Maybe it can be shorter. And if you could share your PPT, my team can translate it into ISL, and then we can spread it across and explain more about it.
Will do.
And I know there are, some food tips that people, what food's better and what food's healthy. So if you can share that as well, we will share that across.
100%. What I'll do is I'll put it on a Google Drive folder and I'll share you the link, which everyone can download. Okay?
Right.
Can I make a final remark or comment?
Yes, yes.
Okay, awesome. So all the things that we spoke about now, uh, I want you to take them very casually. Okay, I don't want you to be really serious about everything because life is not that serious. Life is playing joke at us at this very moment. Freaking, we are at home for like year and a half, right? So the point I'm trying to make here is that yes, we are going through pandemic. Yes, life is grim. Yes, we are going through a tough time, but we will get through it, and it will be really difficult on us only if we let it be difficult on us. If you are finding something difficult, we spoke about certain resources. Make a list of things that you think can help you from tomorrow. Let's say those are 5 things. If you can do 3 things from it, give yourself a pat on your back. Say it's well done. Talk to yourself in the mirror and be like, yes, you did it. Okay. If you want to make some changes from tomorrow in food from the list that I've sent you, make a list of 10 things that, okay, I'll add protein, drink more water, eat nuts, eat vegetables, eat fruits, drink black tea, whatever. If you can do 6 things from that, well done. Don't focus on things that you can't do, focus on things that you can. Okay, and slowly build up to 10, and life will be so much fun. And meditation, you're going to try doing meditation and let me know on my Instagram or wherever that how it worked for you. Okay, finally, I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Yes, definitely. I know that there are some questions about different kinds of self-care examples like, journal writing and, just documenting your thoughts or expressing it in sign language through video documentation. You can do that as well. So we will share those, different ideas of self-care which you can do. And I know some of you have raised your hand for questions, but if you want your question to be answered, you can go to Dr. Umesh's Instagram and you can send your question. And yeah, we will respond to you. Or if you want, second thing, we have a form. Type the form. You can also add up your question. We will translate it and we can do that. Also, if you want, again, if you want Dr. Mesh to come again for more questions, etc., we will fix up a time schedule and we can have this again as well if everyone wants and people feel interested. And I would like to really thank you for joining in today and for your time and for explaining so much. Thank you so much for your time. And now we will have Mr. Anuj Jain, who will be explaining about how to get your vaccination reservation slot. And then we will give you out a form which you have to fill out. Thank you. Thank you again.
Surbi, I have to shoot off, so can I say goodbye to everyone? Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you Alim for organizing this. Thank you Surbi for helping us. Thank you Manisha as well. Goodbye. Bye bye bye. Take care.